for 2 days of action through the area's forests and tea plantations. Adding a festive flair to the start was the announcement of the winner of a new Volkswagen Golf in a competition run by BP in conjunction with Volkswagen. The Enzo Kuhn and Guy Hodgson were first on the road in their Class A8 BP Volkswagen Golf. The pair missed the previous event after Kuhn injured himself in a quad biking accident, and although still in pain, he was raring to go.
Serge, got to the end of the year and it's all down and fight you and Yanni. I bet you didn't want him to get this far.
No, I would have liked it to finish a bit earlier, but it makes it interesting for everybody, and it's not only Yanni and myself. I think all the other classes are very close, you know, point whatever way, so I think it's going to be an interesting rally.
The car's gone very well this year, big improvement from last year. I mean, you've been very happy with it, no doubt?
Yes, yeah, I can't find any fault with the car, and it's been going well. A good, reliable car, so I'm just hope we can keep it going.
The pace has been pretty hot this year, right from the word go of every rally. You expect, how are you going to play it this time? You've got a bit of a point advantage?
Well, we have a look at the opposition, how they're going to go first, and then we'll decide how to attack.
Yanni, you've had a long, hard season, the battle, final round, and it all comes down to this one.
Yeah, it's, you know, at least we're in with a fighting chance. And, you know, we've got to be in the points on the event. Serge, we'll have to see what he's going to do. You know, maybe he'll have a small brain fade somewhere. You never know.
Maybe you have some bad luck, like you in the last one. I mean, that first stage in the last event was just terrible news for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know, these things happen, and you know, the guys do everything in their powers to prepare the car well and replace what needs to be done, and it's just one of those unfortunate incidents, and you know, it's part of rallying. You go with the punches and make the best of it.
Sorrow, last round of the championship. There's still a bit of a championship fight, but not all that much. Really, the odds are stacked in Serge's favour.
All he really has to do is follow Yanni home, and that's that, wherever they might finish. And, you know, Habig has to win. Serge, I think for a change, he told me earlier today that sometimes you have to go a bit slower, so I think we're not going to see any fireworks from him. And
the car win with Etienne. Etienne traditionally gone quite well in this event. How do you rate his chances?
Etienne goes well, yeah, yes, but there's quite you know, Etienne could win, Serge could win, Habig could win, Enzo. Quite a few of them, but there's also been some surprises in this event. It's not the easiest of stages to read, and people have made mistakes. Enzo had a big one here 2 years ago. Etienne is another one that could just have a go. There's nothing for him to lose. So I think year-end, new formula next year.
Mixed fortunes for Johnny Gemmell. He started the season in a Subaru, then switched to the Alan J. Plant's Mitsubishi after destroying the former in a high-speed accident. A variety of mechanical problems also hampered his running during the year. Teamed with new navigator Marty Willifee for this event, his luck was not about to improve. The Lancer Evo 7 retired in the first stage with suspected differential problems. Hogan Thacken and Dave Lefkowitz had an outside chance of winning the Class A7 title in their BP Volkswagen Polo, despite a year marked by numerous mechanical retirements. A broken suspension control arm in Stage 1 brought their title chances to a swift halt. Kuhn and Hodgson won the Cape Rally, but did not expect to do the same on this event due to the driver's injuries. The Cape Townian adapted his driving style to suit, as he could not use the handbrake, but after 2 stages he found himself in the lead. Jan Habig and Douglas Judd were leading the points table in their Class A8 BP VW Golf after scoring in every event. However, rallying allows crews to drop one score, effectively handing the advantage to Serge Damso, who had a non-finish to his name. To clinch the championship, the Golf duo needed to win, with Damso finishing well down the field. Similarly, if Serge retired from the event, the crown would also be theirs. Habig has driven spectacularly all year and managed to finish every event. Apart from a few relatively minor problems during events, the Golf displayed solid reliability and closed the performance gap to the Toyota Runex during the season. With nothing to lose, Habik was pushing hard. He set equal fastest time on stage 1, but on this stage punctured the right rear tyre. It cost him 47 seconds and dropped him down to 5th place. His task was getting harder. Damso is chasing his 10th national title in the Castrol Toyota Runex, while navigator Robert Paisley was after his 2nd. Although he was in cruise mode, Damso was still setting competitive times, even winning stage 2 outright. Etienne Lawrence and Andre Vermeulen were pushing hard in their Team Total Toyota Runex. Watch for the near miss here. The pair have won an event in each of the last 2 years, but this was their last chance to do the same this season. They set equal fastest time with Habik on the first stage, but lost 50 seconds after driving 15 kilometers with a puncture in this stage. Securing that elusive win would be difficult. Rocky Reinecker and Andre Pfeiffer have endured a tough year in their Hencom panel beater Subaru, failing to score a single point. They were hoping for more luck this time round. Kali van der Merwe and Gideon Trollip were trying hard in their mobile Subaru. JP Damso and Kobus Frey were chasing the Class A7 title honours in their Team Total Toyota Corolla. Cliff Blackman and Johan Klaassen have struggled throughout the season in their Class A8 top car Bosch BMW. They only managed to finish 2 events all year in the BMW, which is the only rally version of its kind in the world. Blackman was fighting a tail-happy car, the result of 2 hard rear suspension springs. Sadly, with the rules changing, the BMW will not be entertaining fans next year. Visser du Plessis and Thilo van Westenhagen got to the bottom of their problems with the Metmeister Outsurance Subaru during the year and were confident of a good result. Richard Bem was the star of the previous event, the Subaru Cape Rally, when he led after day 1 in his Palvin Mitsubishi Lancer. Unfortunately, the car hit a ditch early on day 2, which left navigator Grant Sinclair with damaged vertebrae. The injury forced Sinclair to sit out this rally, so Graham Hooper filled the hot seat. Bem was once again showing that his performance in the Cape was no fluke, setting competitive times. After this stage, he was 3rd overall and 1st in Class N4, just 13 seconds off leader Kuhn. Bem is just 26 years old and stepped up to the Mitsubishi after a few years contesting Class N2 in a Toyota Corolla. He's one of the few youngsters coming through the rally ranks and is tipped for a bright future. Barry Grobelaar and Mike Burrows have also endured a tough season in their Sasol Subaru, finishing just 1 event. Nicholas Ryan and Brian Careyhill, on the other hand, have finished every rally in their Bosal Subaru. Zimbabwean crew Jess Watson and Darren Keats were welcome visitors in their Castrol Mitsubishi Lancer. Adrian Karth and Rikus Fourie would roll their NetConnect Volkswagen player into retirement in the next stage. It's a healthy sign when pretty young girls take time to watch rallying. Charles Vulcan and Robin Houghton needed just 1 point to win Class N3 in their Castrol Toyota Runex. Jackie Hubert and Willy van Straten in their Jojo Tanks Toyota Corolla were involved in a dogfight for Class A6 title honours with the similar Team Total car of Craig Trott and John Costa. It would go all the way to the wire. Tony Ball and Alec Harris chased their 5th finish of the year in the Bulwer Park Volkswagen player. Queen's Golf suffered a number of mechanical problems before the event started, including an engine change, but apart from a slight problem with the ECU, it was now running smoothly. The driver, however, was feeling the pain of his damaged shoulder and ribs. At one point, he thought of quitting, but pressed on to set equal fastest time on this stage with teammate Habik. Habich was gunning for his 5th national title, while Judd was targeting his 6th. The pair have been driving together for 14 years with no end in sight. It's the longest-running partnership in local rallying. Unlike stage 2, Habich kept it clean on this test to match Kuhn's fastest time. Damso equaled Sarel van der Merwe's record of 66 national rally wins in the Volkswagen Rally held in July, but he has not managed another win since then to make the record his own. Driving cautiously is not Damso's style, but Toyota Ace is extremely competitive and wants nothing less than victory. He was showing remarkable self-restraint by not going for the win, but was still close enough to leader Kuhn to capitalize on any mistake or problem. Lawrence has driven well during the year, but has had to develop the Runx from scratch. Not an easy task for a privateer competing against works machinery. His best result was a 2nd place in the Sasol Rally, but after finishing all events bar the last one, he was 4th overall in the championship. With the new regulations for 2005 outlawing the Class A8 cars, he will have to find another mount for the new season. He was 2nd fastest on this stage, and after his earlier problems was just 1 second behind Habich in 5th. Veteran Reinecker has been rallying for a long time and has been a great supporter of many privateer drivers through his Hencom panel beaters business. Although enjoying some good results in the Northern Regions Championship, his luck has not carried over to national events. A finish would be most welcome. Van der Merwe was also aiming for a finish, as he's another who has suffered a disappointing season. Damso Jr. and Frey held 6th overall and were running trouble-free. Fecken's retirement meant they had effectively clinched the Class A7 title and were now free to push as hard as they liked. Whatever happened, it was going to be an enjoyable event for them. Blackman's BMW was battling with an engine that was down on power and cutting out intermittently. The team couldn't trace the source, but it was suspected to be an engine mapping problem. Kroblar was going well in the early stages, albeit off the pace of the leading Class N4 cars. The big four-wheel drive cars don't enjoy the tight corners, as he discovered here. He would not be the last to struggle on this corner. Watson had similar problems but didn't lose too much time. After a cautious start, he was now setting good times. Vulcan wasn't taking any chances, driving conservatively to ensure the car simply made it to the finish line. His title rivals were Rodney Pasaki and Carolyn Swan in the Team Total Toyota Runx. The latter were enduring electrical problems with their car, but were not about to give up hope just yet. The Rally Chicks team of Lola and Megan Verlaak missed the last round, but were back behind the wheel of their Subaru. They endured a near miss when they encountered a spectator's car in stage 1. Jacques Buerta and Greg Gericke rearranged the front end of their Bosel Brospeed Ford Focus against an embankment that was soldiering on. Despite his discomfort,